Welcome back. Today we're going to visit a very iconic location, one of historical significance. This is Nagasaki Peace Park. There's lots to see, lots to learn about. Let's get started. Well, here we are at the top of the escalator. The famous statue of the peace, the guy sitting with his hands like that. He's pointing to the sky and saying, remember, don't forget what happened here. And the other one is representing peace, the other hand. So, just kind of take it all in here this morning. Various statues that were donated to this park from various countries, promoting the concept of peace. In the state of the world today, I think it's kind of important that we remember that we went through some hard times and that we came out the other side, but the price is steep. This is the hypocenter. The bomb was dropped directly and exploded directly above this point here. But over here to our right, we see the remains of what was left of the buildings that were in the area. This is the ground level at the time of the atomic bombing. Right here. This was the ground level. But let's go over here because I want to show you. I'm going to share a quick story with you. My father-in-law was 13 years old at the time of the bomb dropping. And as the story goes, as he told it to my daughters, Um, him and his mother, and I don't know if there was other people with him, they had to leave the city of Nagasaki and go to another city to visit family so that they might be able to get some vegetables to eat, because there was no food in the city at that time. Things were really tough. It was harsh. And so they went out there to get that vegetables, and on the way back the train stopped on the tracks. It was the day the bomb went off. They didn't know though what had happened. The reason the train stopped was because the tracks were completely destroyed. They stayed there the night with the train. The next day, they walked into the city. My father-in-law, as a 13-year-old, witnessed an apocalyptic sight in his town, the city of Nagasaki. He walked through it, and he actually walked through this area up there. And down here in this very canal where we were standing and walking, he related to my daughters that there was so many bodies piled up down here. This is where they put the people who had deceased and passed away. And they were piled up down here, just huge piles of bodies everywhere. And now you can imagine, I'm not here to debate the pros and cons, the necessities or the cruelties of the bomb. That's for a whole different discussion another day. But you can imagine the effects of that event and those scenes which he saw that were then imprinted upon him for the rest of his life. My father-in-law had his faults, like all of us do, but he had to live with that for the rest of his days, and he lived to a ripe old age, passed away a few years back. Matter of fact, he's listed on the Bomb Museum's walls and in the registry as a bomb victim, because we don't know what effects the radiation from that bomb had on people. So anybody that was in the area was automatically, upon death, considered a victim of that bomb. But for his whole life, he used to tell my daughters that his drinking was his way of coping, basically, with the images that will flash through his head throughout his life, into the evenings and whatnot. So he used to call it, he'd say, this is Ji-chan no kusuri, it's my medicine, Grandpa's medicine for forgetting those things. So no one could blame him for his drinking. But nonetheless, the effects of that event, seeing these bodies in here piled up, must have been a horrific thing to live with for his whole life. Like I said, he was 13 years old when it happened, and he lived way up into, 80-something. So, some things to consider. War does not just affect those who are fighting it, it also affects those who are involved and around it. And that's why these big banners are here, to remember those people that passed away here in this area, and then we're dumped in here. We'll just walk down here with a little bit of silence with the sound of the water. On August 9, 1945, at 11:02 a.m. local time, the United States dropped a second atomic bomb nicknamed Fat Man on the Japanese city of Nagasaki, 3 days after the bombing of Hiroshima. The B-29 bomber Boxcar, piloted by Major Charles Sweeney, had originally intended to bomb Kokuda. See episode 26 for more information on Kokuda. But heavy cloud cover and haze obscured the primary target. Low on fuel, the crew diverted to their secondary target, Nagasaki. A last-second break in the clouds allowed the bombardier to visually target the city's industrial valley where the bomb was released. The Fat Man bomb detonated with a force of about 21 kilotons of TNT and killed an estimated 40,000 people instantly, with tens of thousands more dying in the following weeks and months from injuries and radiation poisoning. The bombing of Nagasaki, along with the Soviet Union's declaration of war on Japan that same day, led the Japanese government to announce its intention to surrender the following day on August 10, 1945. Maybe we can end here with a moment of silence. And until next time, John A.